Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I know I have not been on here in a while. I've been really busy. I do run an online business where I sell gift items. It was really busy. It was really busy for the for Mother's Day. So yeah, I'm kind of like done now. Yeah. I am today. I just wanted to talk about just this very challenging season that I'm in. Uh, there's something I realize about myself that has been constant for, I guess, for most of my life. Um, I feel like with my codependency addiction, I've spent most of my life asking everybody for help. Like I always feel like my my voice, my thoughts, my ideas, they just weren't enough. They weren't sufficient. So I always needed somebody else there. And I kind of have an idea where that comes from. It's just like when you grow up in a household, where your parents, they're not really equipped with all the tools um, of how to be, I guess, supportive adults. Um, a lot of the stigmas from their childhood kind of drift into your life. And I'm sure I've done the same things to my kids also. So I'm not really trying to throw my parents underneath the bus today. I mean, I do have my moments where I'll be just so irritated because I'm like, there's so many things that I'm now learning. I'm like, how comes I'm just understanding this stuff now? You know? But one of the things I wanted to talk about today is actually love and control. I realized a lot of people in my life who decided that they would help me normally have a hidden agenda that I didn't know about. And I can't tell you how many times that's happened in my life. And it took this one last situation. I mean, it was really bad because my kids was involved with a so-called friend. The manipulative um, action that she pulled. Like I'm really still like I'm still like in shock. That a human being would actually stoop that low just to save their own neck. And I'm not going to get into details about the situation, but she made me realize something very, very important, you know? And I'm not giving her praise for this. I'm just grateful that this made me wake up, you know? She made me realize that this season of my life, I really don't want anybody's help but God. That's it. And if I do ask for help, it is with careful thought. Like I am not anxious for anyone to run to my rescue or, I'm grateful that I'm in this season. And I'm speaking about this not to blame anybody, but from my own, from my own addiction. Like I am starting to see how I've hurt myself with just my thought patterns and my lack of faith in my own skills and life sets. Like I haven't given myself a fair chance to make mistakes and learn from them. Like I haven't, you know. And I feel like I've left myself vulnerable to like a lot of harm and hurt from people, you know. So I know a lot of people say that they care, and I appreciate them wanting to care, but I realize everybody have their own traumas that they're working through. And a lot of times when you attach yourself to people, you attach yourself to their trauma and vice versa, you know? So I'm grateful that I have people who do care about me. But in this season, I just kind of feel like it is best that I learn to start really leaning on my own strength and finding my own resources, versus looking to friendships for that. And not to say that friendships are bad, but I just kind of feel like most people in the world don't really have your best interests at heart. They have theirs. Let's face it, like most of us in life, we're looking out for our own, best interests. It's just that some of us is very straightforward about what we actually want and what we desire. Some people don't say, they just act it out, and I realize that love and control cannot exist in the same space. When you love someone, the desire to control them will not be there. That's a fact. You cannot love someone and control them. They just don't exist in the same space. Love allows you to be free and to make your own choices without judgment. That's what love does. Like, we are all responsible for our own minds, our own beings, our own souls. When we came here, even unless you were like even joint twins have their own minds. So just on that note, it is important to let people be themselves and function the way that works for them, instead of us trying to put our version of who they should be onto them. Like, I just don't feel like that's right. And I know that it takes work to get to that space of just allowing people to be themselves. And no, you're not the savior. So I think we should put down that cape, where we're trying to save it. We're not. We never will be. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're standing in the place of God when we're doing that, when we're trying to rescue people and go over beyond and backwards to do stuff that we have no business doing. Really. That's from our own issues, that we actually behave this way. It's not because we care about them so much. No. So before we go out saying that we want to serve and help everybody, I would just say, just check your motives. Definitely sit down, check your motives, check your heart, see where you are. Make sure that when you're giving, it's just like how the Bible puts it, without expecting anything back. Not them joining your thing or being a part of your thing, like literally. Because a lot of people think expecting something back is something monetary or, physical. No, it's also mental, emotional. A lot of time people will give you something, but then they want your soul for the thing that they give you. I'm like, no, we can't keep functioning like that. We got to let God's people be God's people. And if we really genuinely want to help, genuinely help. If you have some other agenda in your brain that they don't know about, and I'm being honest about this one, because a lot of Christian people do this. Like, they will help you because they want you to join their church. Don't help. Do not help. Because if somebody decide like, okay, what you believe is not for me, you can't be mad at them. You can't be mad at them. People have a right to choose what they want to believe. We be doing just too much. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, everybody, have a happy and a beautiful Mother's Day. And I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, working on myself, working out my issues. I know there are people in the world that have the same issues that I do, that probably struggle with the same things that I struggle with. And it's taken a lot out of me to actually speak about a lot of this stuff, because it really does hurt that much, But I am praying that in light of me being open and honest about the places that I fall short, it will be helpful to someone else, and knowing that we're not alone and that we are constantly a work in progress, as long as we're here on this earth. Do not let anyone condemn you or criticize you or make you feel bad for where you are in your life. A lot of people are living lives filled with lies. They cannot be honest about where they are. So if you can speak up and be truthful about where in your life, you are probably one step ahead. Okay, hold your head up, and God bless you. Talk to you guys later.